Hello, happy Valentine's Day. It's 14th of February, so we're halfway through the month and it's time for my mid-month wrap-up. These are some of the books that I've read. I read 6 in total this first half of the month. So these are 4 and I've got 2 digitals to talk about as well. Right, the first one I read was this one. It's Cuddy by Benjamin Myers. It comes out on the 2nd of March. I was lucky enough to find this proof in a charity shop. I got it for 50 pence, which is amazing. And the book itself is amazing. I loved it. It's part poem, part play script, part Victorian memoir, and it's all based around Durham Cathedral and St Cuthbert, or Cuddy as he's affectionately named. And we travel from AD 687 to 2019. It's in 4 parts and we look at the monks that are carrying St Cuthbert's bones across the north of England looking for a place to lay them. We meet stonemasons, we meet soldiers who are imprisoned in the cathedral. We meet a professor who's part of a group trying to exhume St Cuthbert's body because it's believed he never decomposes. And then we move right to present time, where a young lad is nursing his dying mum while working at the cathedral. Absolutely lovely book, full of nature, totally unique in its narrative style, and yeah, amazing. The next one I read was one that's on the Dylan Thomas prize long list this year, and it's a poetry collection by Warsan, Shire, and it's called Bless the Daughter Raised by a Voice in Her Head. Now, this is a powerful collection based some of her own experiences. It focuses on women and being a refugee. It's full of pain and anger. Her most well-known poem is called Home, about fleeing from a war zone where home is the mouth of a shark. Then you've got poems about being a stranger in a foreign land, about her mother, and even wider issues such as sort of a female genital mutilation. A very powerful collection. I enjoyed reading that one. This third book that I read, Losing the Plot by Owusu, is also on the Dylan Thomas prize long list. And it's the author trying to understand his mother's story. She came from Ghana when she was 18, and he's trying to understand her story. And it's written in a unique way. It's almost part poem, as you can see there, but if I can find a section here, you've got side notes. So the poem, the prose poem, the main narrative is the mother's story, and the side notes are the author's memories. Something triggers a memory and he pops it down in a side note, and it's written in a very personal style that side notes are. It's almost an imagined story of his mother. He knows some facts and he imagines others. And she was a hard worker. She became a cleaner, never complained, even when she was pregnant with him and became a single mum. Yes, and the epilogue is amusing because it's almost him interviewing her, but she never says anything. But there's so much laughter and love in there. That was another good read. The fourth one, like I've lost count. It was a NetGalley Arc that I got that comes out on the 2nd of March, and it's a Greek myth retelling, and you know I love my Greek myths. Clytemnestra by Constanza Casati. And this one puts Clytemnestra, the evil queen who killed her husband when he returned from the Trojan War, on centre stage. And we see her growing up in Sparta, a strong, fearless woman. We see her marriage to Agamemnon, where she is plotting revenge the whole time. And we see the reasons why she is plotting revenge. We see the woman behind the myth. And I loved that one. I really did. And as it says on the tin, revenge is a dish best served cold. And wow, doesn't she do it? This one is one I picked up, another one I picked up in a charity shop. And I picked it up because I've read Sarah Crossan before. And I am a sucker for verse novels in verse. And this was super. There's a lot of research gone into this. It's the story of 16-year-old conjoined twins, Grace and Tippy. And because of the research that she's done, she never makes them characters that we pity and feel sorry for. These are two girls. They're bitchy. They argue. They're strong, and they are full of love for each other. They can't imagine life without life on their own, because they are always together. And it's a fierce love that they have, even though they bicker and argue like sisters do. It talks about the physical and emotional difficulties they face, and what they have to put up with, the sneers, the stares, the mothers who drag their children away in case they catch something. But as I said, it's not saccharine sweet. It is quite heartbreaking. I needed my tissues when I was reading this one, so if you're like me, you will too. And the final one I read, it was just a very quick reread, Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens, because I'm helping a friend's son with his GCSEs, so I needed to read this again. And it's a long time since I've read Christmas Carol, and I did enjoy dipping back into an old classic and meeting Ebenezer Scrooge, even though it's not Christmas now, we're in February, and sinking myself deep into Dickens' language and his use of language, his use of description and repetition, and his characters. Yeah, it was nice to revisit an old friend. So my 6 books for the first half of February. Number 1, well, it's got to be this one. This was my 5-star, Cuddy by Benjamin Myers. A beautiful book. And it made me, well, it made me want to go to Durham again. And I will be going. So look out for my Instagram or shots of Durham when I visit, because I've just got to go and see the cathedral again after reading this. So, happy reading. Take care.